Hi, Kimberly. How you doing?
Hey Brett, I'm doing great. How are you today?
Doing very well, thank you.
Cool. Thanks so much for being on the Red Booth Show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Well, everyone, we are here with Brett Young. He's a country singer that has been nominated as Breakout Star for the Academy of Country Music. That's pretty exciting, wouldn't you say?
Very exciting. Super flattering to be recognized that way and to be mentioned in that same category with those great artists.
Yeah, that's really cool. That must be so much fun. And I also know that you have your new song, Sleep Without You, that has become a huge hit and it's got like over 17 million views or something like that.
That was a pretty fun one to have that be the first song that we came out with and have it had the success that it did is very humbling and flattering.
That's so cool. And I know that that was part of your EP that you just released last year. Was that your first EP?
You know, it was the first one that we did with the record label. I was kind of bouncing around Los Angeles for years before that, writing and putting out music. But you know, when you make your first major label record, you want to make sure that you're picking from all the songs that you've written over the course of your career as an artist. And so we pulled everything else that was up down because we wanted to make sure that we had all those songs available to us as well. So this project is the first one that I've put out under my record deal.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I know that it's probably really hard to pick from all of those songs, but you obviously chose the right ones.
Thank you. Yeah, it's difficult. As a songwriter, I think your songs are kind of like your children, and so you don't want any one of them to be left out. But I think I'm pretty proud of the direction we went with this record.
Well, you definitely should be. And, it sounds amazing. Also, I heard that you just went on tour with Luke Bryan and Brad Paisley, and you're about to go on tour with Lady Antebellum. So that's really exciting.
That's right. We did a few shows with Brad at the end of last year, and started the year this year with Luke Bryan, and all summer with Lady Antebellum and Kelsey Ballerini as well. So it's going to be an exciting year.
Wow, that's so cool. What is it like being on tour all over the country like this with these huge stars? And, now you're a part of all of that.
It's pretty fun. You know, like I said, it's even to be mentioned in alongside some of these names is incredible. And being the big country music fan that I am, I feel like not only am I getting the opportunity to go out and tour and play my music, but then sit after I perform every night and as a country fan sit and catch a show, and it's pretty incredible.
Well, that's amazing. It's so cool. And I also know that you're working with an awesome charity group called Outnumber Hunger. Would you like to tell us about that?
Absolutely, yeah. When I first signed my record deal with Big Machine, I found out that they had a program called Outnumber Hunger, where they partner with General Mills, and you know, t- I wasn't even aware of the problems that were going on, but they told me that 1 in 8 people in America deal with hunger, and that's such a staggering number, and something that I think that we don't even think about or aren't aware of every day. And so this program, Outnumber Hunger, at this point has provided 45 million meals, and it's really simple. There's just specially marked boxes, General Mills products, with Thomas Rhett's face on the front, and then on the back there's a code. And when you take home, a box of Cheerios and you enter this code, it feeds 5 families. And I think just what a cool thing to be able to do and be a part of, but also how easy is that? There's another thing with Pandora right now where when you enter that code, you're actually given a 30-day free subscription to Pandora as well. So it's a really, really cool, and it's so easy. So I just think, it's probably something that people aren't aware of as being as big of a problem as it is. But if anybody wants to know more about the program, they can go to outnumberhunger.com.
Well, that's amazing. That's really cool that you're being a part of helping people get food and taking care of the hungry. So I definitely think people should go and check out Outnumber Hunger and help some families out there that are needing some food.
Absolutely.
And actually, I wanted to mention something about your history, which is very interesting. Before you became a country music star, you actually used to be a baseball pitcher, and you even had a pre-draft selection with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Minnesota Twins. Is that right?
Yeah, I played baseball my whole life, and that always seemed like that was probably going to be my career and my future. And in high school, I was on the phone with the Devil Rays and the Twins about potentially going into the draft out of high school instead of taking my college scholarship, and it just seemed like the smart thing to do to go to college instead. And a couple of years into college, I had an elbow injury and just never really bounced back from it. And you kind of scrambling trying to figure out what it is you want to do with your life. And the only thing I ever really loved, even close to as much as sports, was music. And turns out music was my first love all along.
Oh, wow. Well, when did you first start singing and writing songs?
I sang since I was young because I grew up in the church, and that's kind of second nature. Everybody, all the guys in my junior high and high school were walking around with acoustic guitars, learning how to play worship songs. But I never really thought of it as a career or the possibility of writing music until I injured myself, and I found the first Gavin DeGraw record, Chariot. And there was something so unique about his songwriting, just a small little twist on a pretty common concept that made it, kind of gave new life to subjects that we think about all the time, and it made me want to write music. And that paired with my love for country music, I think is what developed the sound that I have today.
Well, that's amazing. Well, you know what? You're obviously a really talented person. You went after something and you got really far in baseball, and then now you've turned your sights on music and you're just doing so well and you're really successful, and I'm so happy for you. And I wanted to ask you, do you have advice for other people who wanted to become a musician or become a singer?
I was given this advice a long time ago, and it didn't make sense to me at the time, and it does now. I was told, if you can be happy doing anything besides music, then do anything besides music. But if music is the only thing that will make you happy, then don't let anybody else tell you no. And the reason I love that is, A, it's a reminder that just like anything else in life, you're going to have to fight for it if you want it. But B, you're the only one that can tell yourself you got to stop or tell yourself that you can't. And so if it's something that you want to do and it's the only thing that's going to make you happy, then fight for it.
Well, that's really good advice. I know that it is a very difficult thing to do to make it in this business, and you are definitely doing that. So, just congratulations on all of your success so far, and I'm looking out for your, next tour and the rest of your music that you're going to be putting out, and I'm sure everybody else will be too. Thanks so much for talking with me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for watching my interview with Brett Young, the wonderful breakout country singer. And also, you can tune in to watch The Red Booth Show every Saturday night at midnight to get to know other artists, musicians, actors, and filmmakers. So, thanks for watching the show.